Let's get to the book of Jasher, again, chapter 79, verse 21, I'm sorry. The book of Jasher, chapter 79, verse 21. Let's continue. We're in the book of Jasher, continue part 3. Let's go. And when they came to the king's gate, 2 young lions was confirmed there with their iron instruments, and no person went out or came in from before them, unless those who are the king ordered to come. When the conquerors came and withdraw the lions by their intonations, and this brought them to the king. Yeah, they was trying to go to Pharaoh, to the king and stuff, with Pharaoh, try to see Pharaoh. Let's go to verse 22. And Moses' hand and lift up the stick upon the lion, and he loosed them, and Moses and Aaron came into the king's house. Verse 22. The lion also came with them in joy, and they followed them and rejoiced as a dog rejoiced over his master when he came from the field. So the animal turned on Pharaoh and came up with Moses and Aaron. And when Pharaoh saw this thing, it was a torment at it. It was greatly terrified at the report. From their appearance was like the appearance of the child of Yah. Yeah, they would come there. And then the verse 25. And Pharaoh said to Moses, what do you require? And they answered him, saying, the Lord Yah of the Hebrew has sent us to thee to say, send for my people, that they may serve me. Yeah, Pharaoh people serve the Most High Yahweh and stuff. Verse 26. When Pharaoh heard their wounds, he was greatly terrified before them, and said to them, go today and come back to me tomorrow. And then they did according to the word of the king. So they came back. And when they had gone, Pharaoh sent for Babylonia, Balaam the magician, and to Jasher and Jabri his son, and to all the magicians and conquerors and counselors which belonged to the king, and they all came and sat before the king. And the king told them all the words which Moses and his brother Aaron had spoken unto him. And the musicians said to the king, but how came the man to thee, and accounted of the lions which were confounded at the gate? That's the question. No, they trying to not Pharaoh reneged on the deal, trying to send his conquerors and his musician stuff to go after Moses so they can get the Hebrews back, Hebrew slaves back. Let's go to verse 29. And the king said, because they lift up and their rot against the lion, and loosed them, and came to me, and the lion has rejoiced at them as a dog rejoiced to meet their master. So the lion took a liking to Moses and Aaron. Let's go to verse 30. Verse 30. And we're in the book of Jasher, chapter 79, verse 30. And Balaam, the son of Beor, the magician, answered the king, said, these are none else than the magicians like ourselves. And now therefore send for them, and let them come, and we'll try them. And the king did so. So they're trying to plot now. Verse 30, 31, we're in verse 32. And in the day Pharaoh sent for Moses and Aaron to come back for the king, and they took the rod of Yah, and came to the king, and spoke unto him, saying, thus said the Lord Yah of the Hebrews, send my people that they may serve me. Verse 34. And the king said unto them, but who will believe you that you are the messenger of Yah? And that came by to me by the way. He questioned Moses by, who are you? If you really the messenger of Yah? Let's go verse 35. When book of Jasher chapter 79 verse 35. And now therefore give a great wonder of the sign of this manner, and then the word which you spoke will be believed. And Aaron hearkened and threw the rod out of his hand before Pharaoh and before his servants, and the rod turned into a serpent. It turned into a serpent and stuff. Verse 36, the verse go verse 37. And the sorcerers saw this, and they cast each man his rod upon the ground, and they became serpents. Verse 38, and the serpent of Aaron rod lift up and head and open its mouth to swallow the rod of the musician. So they turned to serpent 9. Verse 39, and the Balaam and the musician answered and said, these things have been from the days of old, that a serpent should swallow its fellows, and the living thing devour each other. That's a musician talking now. One of Pharaoh's kings and sorcerers and stuff. And let's go to verse 40. It's chapter 79, verse 40 in the book of Jasher. Now therefore restored it to a rod, and it was first, and we will also restore our rod as they went at first, and if their rod shall swallow our rods, then shall we know the spirit of Yah indeed, and if not, the art only as a artificially like unto ourselves. So they were basically talking about they could turn right into serpents and stuff. They were with witnesses and stuff like that and stuff. Okay, I ain't want to get cut off and stuff, so we're gonna go to we in verse 40 right now. We read almost the whole chapter. Let's go to verse 41. It might get cut off, so let's go to verse 41. And Aaron hasted and stretched forward his hand and caught hold of the serpent's tail, and it became a rod of his hand. And then the sorcerer did like with their rod, and they got hold each man of the tail of a serpent, and they became rod as at first. Let's go verse 42. And when they were restored, the rod of Aaron swallowed up their rod. And when the king saw the thing, he ordered the book of records that related to the king of Masarah to be bought, and they bought the book of the records and the chronicles of the king of Masarah, so-called Egypt, which all the idols of Masarah was inscribed, for their fault of finding thereof the name of Yahweh, but they found the name of Jehovah, but they found it not. So Jehovah is not the Most High name. They called a person named Jehovah, but that was not his name. See, they were calling Jehovah. Now you see that? They confused with that J letter anyway. But let's go to verse 44. And Pharaoh said unto Moses and Aaron, behold, I have not found the name of your Yahweh written in this book, and his name I knew not. You see how he denied the Most High name, Yahweh? Pharaoh doing, telling Moses and Aaron. Go verse 45. And the counselor of the wise men answered the king, we were heard that the Lord of the Hebrews is the son of the wise and the son of the ancient king. Let's go to verse 46. And Pharaoh turned to Moses and Aaron and said to them, I know not your Lord who you have declared, neither will I send this people. He was talking about Moses. He didn't believe in the Yahweh and the Hebrew and stuff. And they called him Yahweh, but he said he didn't never heard of him in his book. Yeah, because they had all their own laws and stuff. They go verse 47. And they answered the king and said, the Lord Yahweh and his name, and he proclaimed his name over us from the days of our ancestors, and sent us, saying, go to Pharaoh and said unto them, send my people that may have served me. Mean serving Pharaoh and stuff. And let's go to, and that was the King of Kings, Lord of Lords and stuff. Yahweh. Now let's go to verse 48. Now they therefore sent us that we may take a journey from 3 days of in the wilderness, and they have made sacrifice to him for those days of our going down to Mazarah. He has not taken from our hand either burning offerings of late obtained or sacrifice. For it though will not send us, his anger will be kindled against thee, and will smite Mazarah either with the plague or with the sword. So Moses angry mourning on Pharaoh about the Most High might take him out with the plagues or the sword. I think it was beginning with the plagues coming. I think it was something like that. I don't want to spoil it. Let's go to verse 40. Let's go to verse 48. We did verse 47. We did verse 48. Oh, we on verse 49. Yeah, I just read it. And Pharaoh said unto them, Tell me his power and his might. And they said to him, He created the planet and galaxy and the sea from all their fishes, and formed the light and created the darkness, caused rain upon the planet and watered it, and made it the hopper and glass to sprout. And he created man and beast and the animals of the forest, the birds of the air, and the fish of the sea. But by his mouth they live and die. That's what Yahweh said. And let's go to verse 50. Sure, he created them in the mother womb, and put unto thee the breast of the breathing of life, and rear thee, and placed thee upon the royal throne of Mazarah, what's so-called Egypt again. And he will take my breath and soul from thee, and return thee to the ground which thou were taken. We had take Pharaoh and send him back where he came from, because he'll turn to a statue and stuff like he did. Now that's why they found it in the Atlantic Ocean like almost a decade ago. That was verse 50. And the book of Jasher, chapter 79. We're gonna read the rest of it, and in a minute. We're gonna read the rest of it in the next half. This part 3 of the continue the book of Jasher. This part 3. So so that being said, so we almost through with it. We knocked all the way down to chapter 79 chapter 79 verse 1 to verse 50. We got 7 more chapters to go in the book of Jasher. And King White Vessel is here tonight on this so-called Sunday, August 28th, 2022. Yeah, this is the book of Jasher continue part 3. We're gonna do the continue the book of Jasher part 4 within a minute. Once we get through this time, then we're going up. I'm not going up yet. I'm not going away yet. So just be patient, and we're gonna get back at it in a few seconds. Yeah, I don't want to go pre-record right now and kiss that goodbye. We'll do it later. We'll go live soon. I don't know. I might do live show again. I might do live show again. People hear me more live and stuff like that. So yeah. Not about that time, so it don't really matter. So I'll be right back and with another 15 minutes of Y'all Be Y'all Podcast show.